So now it should be working. Let me just double check. Waiting for it to pop up there. Waiting for it to... Okay. I think Streamlabs updated something and it wasn't working. But it's working now, so... For some reason you now need to like select streaming and recording audio separately, like on the tracks. And because it made those changes, it only saved for recording. So streaming was just completely like muted. So I had to figure out what the changes they made. Okay, so we're gonna do a chill Sunday morning streaming. I'm glad you can hear it now. I hate when a stream starts out like that. Yeah, so we're gonna do a chill Sunday morning, noon-ish stream. I've had a very busy 2 weeks. I have had stuff to do every single day for 2 weeks now, and I'm tired. And this is finally like, I'm done. I can finally start getting back to work and everything. So we're just gonna do a chill stream today. It's not gonna be anything fancy. It's just gonna be chill with like some mount farms, some gear farms, you know, different things. So I do also need to do the time walking quest on 2 characters, and that's pretty much what we're gonna do today. It's gonna be pretty chill. So with that said, I have this habit of having changed characters every single time I stream, because there's a little bit of a gap between each stream. But this time I'm actually reaching a pretty good place. I talked to someone who I met on stream back in the days, who is a PvP type person who's like super into it and high rating and everything, and he talked me through which characters might be good for me to play, because I just discovered that you can actually gear your characters just through PvP. I thought Mythic Plus and stuff were like forced, like you had to do it to get good gear. I didn't realize that if you were just doing random PvP and not rated, that you could still get good gear, because you can just like buy honor gear, like a gear with honor at the vendor, and just keep upgrading it. I've not been that much into gearing in Shadowlands. Like I've been just completely like casual this entire expansion, because it's just like so much borrowed power. So I realized I could actually get back into the game just doing PvP. And with that conversation, we got to talk about Mage for a little bit. We got to talk a bit about Rogue. And, you know, usually when you look on guides online and say, oh, if you want to be good at PvP, like Rogue and Mage, like the top classes in there. But we also got to talk about that is only true if you're the type of person who is willing to put a lot of time and effort into knowing how to set up the fights correctly with those classes. Like it's not just like going in and then killing things. There are some classes that are designed to just go in and kill things, and then there are other classes that are much more, you know, requires a lot more thinking in order to be good with that class. And Mage and Rogue is 2 of those things. So we got to talk. I told him what I sort of liked about classes in the game, and he recommended Shaman. And funny enough, I've actually been back to maining Shaman, like on and off, multiple times. Like it's been Shaman and Druid on and off multiple times, like throughout the time I've been playing. So what I've done is I picked out 2 classes that I think are actually good, like classes for me to play, because they're supposed to just like fit really well with my type of play style. And then I've picked out 2 classes that I just kind of like, you know, because I've played them for so many years now that, you know, I've just bonded with them type of thing. So Shaman and Hunter is my 2 what do you call, like you know, PvP classes. Like I will actively play these in PvP and like try and push them. And then my Death Knight and my Druid are just gonna be kind of like for fun, you know, still gearing them, still doing stuff, weekly quests and stuff like that. But I will always prioritize these 2 for gear. essentially. What I'm doing right now, I can actually show it off here. I have a certain transmog that I've been farming. I think I've done, I don't know, like 250 runs or something. I should get the counter. Like, there's a counter you can get an add-on that tells you how many times you've done a certain farm. And I'm trying to get a specific mace for my shaman that I've been farming for so long. Hey, Peter! Welcome back. And morning. Here it is 12:22. So we just passed morning. But I'm pretty sure it might be morning in your place. If you live in the UK, that is. Yeah, so let me just show what I've been farming. Like, I've done so many runs with this, and oh, it's 6:22. That's early. Getting ready to work, I'm assuming. Let me just show. I got a new mouse, by the way. I'm usually like a Corsair brand type person, but my wife has been buying a lot of Razer products, which I have bad experience with in the past. Like, they keep breaking on me. Like, I'll use a Razer mouse for about a year, and then a button stops working or something. Corsair products have always just kind of worked for me. I want this, by the way, for my dwarf. Can we switch song? This one is a little bit too weird. There we go. Yeah, I want this mace. This mace looks cool. It also sells for a lot of gold, but I want it as a transmog, so I've been... Oh, you're getting ready to work. Awesome. Wait, on a Sunday? I guess there's jobs on Sundays too. Oh, thanks. It takes a while. I learned a trick. I can actually go in and make a group here. And what I'll do is I will make sure to reset. I'll jump in. And then just about roughly after the first boss, I'm going to leave the group, because then it does that countdown thing where it will take like, you know, like a minute to kick me out from the dungeon. And then, you know, I have to get to like the mobs that drop the mace. There's a bug in here. Apparently all these different mobs are supposed to drop loot, but at some point it got bugged and they haven't fixed it yet. So only the last two mobs, right before the final boss, drops loot. So I'll loot this guy, just check if there's anything I can sell in the auction house. There's not. Then I'm going to leave the party. And then I'm just going to go to those two mobs directly, because you don't need to kill any other bosses here. I did that trick when I watched one of your videos. Oh, with the with leaving? Cool. I can't remember I've made a video on it. Oh, the Ice Crown Citadel one. I didn't think I'd made a video on it. But yeah. That's a huge help of a trick. Because having to grind that entire raid, you know, with every single character you farm it with, is just too much. Like, after finding out they didn't have to, I finally got back into farming Invincible. Because it was just like, it was so much better. Oh yeah, you're the one who works at the hospital. Oh, it was on a stream. Well, I did show on stream. Twice, I think. So, I have shown there. Alright. At least this one sells for 3,100. So we got something out of this one. See, it's going to count down. And it's going to kick me now. This is a pretty neat skip, because there's quite a run to the exit. So, just we're going to make a group again. Reset the dungeons. Gonna go down there again. And then we're just going to start over. I hate the instance lock thing. I wish that you could do something to unlock maybe like 20 an hour. I understand it's probably like a server thing, because they don't want to overload servers like remembering people's instances, because there's a lot of people farming things. But I just kind of wish that I was able to. Like, having to take a break every 10 runs is just kind of like, ugh. So just to mention it, I've had a very busy week this week, like for 2 weeks actually, and I am doing a very chill stream today. We're just gonna do some farming, and maybe some, you know, trying to get that weekly quest done on 2 characters. My druid and my death knight, because I've done it on my hunter and shaman so far. So now you actually know which 4 characters I'm playing, because I'm playing those 4. There's a guy that I met on stream, like many years ago, who does a lot of PvP, and we had a conversation about like picking a class, because I keep switching classes. It's kind of like a meme by now, because I don't know what to do once I hit max level. And let's say I go to Seraph Mortis, right? I get the Haven gear, and then I'm just kind of like, what now? Like, now what? What should I do? So he kind of took me, like, in a small guide. Took me in a small guide just through how to do gearing in Shadowlands and with borrow power and legendaries and tier sets and all that stuff. Like, I just didn't bother looking into it because it's Shadowlands, right? It's there's so much borrow power. I've just kind of been like, nope. I'm noping out of this one. Gonna wait to Dragonflight to like think about gearing. For PvP, I would say Monk or Hunter, even though I play Paladin, which is also good. I did actually start out with a Monk, and then he actually recommended Shaman instead. He had some reasons for why I shouldn't play Monk, and they seemed very good at the time when he explained it to me. I just don't remember what they were. But I am having a blast playing Shaman, so I'm kind of happy that we got to think about Shaman. Monk is one of those type classes where if the Monk playstyle, like, I swear, like, if the Monk healing, DPS, and tank playstyle were all in a different class that didn't have the Monk fantasy, I would probably main a Monk. Because they're really fun. But they're also just, like, they're so Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon-like. In like the way they do the fighting. I've taught martial arts for 10 years. I know how martial art is, and whenever I see a Monk in the game, I just get a little bit cringy because it's too Hollywood. I'm more of a boxer, you know, like just like Jungfang type person, and it's more realistically based. And it's just like, it just makes you cringe a little bit. So, you know, I have also these like moments where I will play a Monk, but only for like 2 weeks, and then I'll play something else because it's just too much for me. Every time healing Monk and protection Pally in PvP. Whoops. There we go. Gotta make sure I loot them before the time is up. Every time healing Monk and protection Pally in PvP. Oh, you would give up. Oh, really? A Monk and a Paladin. Are we talking... oh, you're saying a protection Pally. So I'm guessing the Monk is healing. Oh, that's from my music. I was like, is there a fan in here? I actually have a fan, and I need to go get it. It's on our attic. My wife's sister gave it to me. Every time I faced him in PvP, I would give up. Really? I mean, I'm not saying Monk is bad. Like, Monk is it's just like, it is a buttload of fun to play a Monk. Like, I really think so. Like, Monk is just hilariously fun to play in PvP. What kind of music is this? Yeah, let's do the other one. Let's do this one. There we go. I really don't know like what the reasoning was for the not playing Monk. Was it because it was too squishy or something? I mean, Shaman is kind of squishy, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, gotta make sure we leave the group. we go. Either way, I'm very satisfied with playing a shaman. I love the shaman playstyle, especially like one of the things about shaman is that instead of like the monk just having 1 DPS, I love the fact that shaman has both a ranged and a melee DPS spec, where like there's very few ranged DPS specs I actually like in the game. Hunter is one of them, and elemental shaman is actually one that I really enjoy playing as well. It just has a really cool playstyle. You have spammable slows, and you have totems, and you have lightning lasso. Like, that's a really fun one to use. So in PvP, like when it comes to like ranged combat, I would actually play a shaman in ranged, even though I would usually never play a caster type ranged. Like hunter's different because it's like instant cast, right? You just like kite and you can like run and shoot at the same time, and it's super fun. But whenever you play something like a mage or, you know, like a balanced druid, or in this case, you're also an elemental shaman, there's a lot of casting going on where you just stand still and you have to cast. And then you gotta like fake kick and stuff like that for people to like use the interrupts. And I don't know. I would much rather just focus on just shooting without having to cast the whatever I'm shooting. Elemental have kind of like 50-50 casting and just like instant casts. It's pretty fun. Did I reset? I did now. I don't know how to feel about the Dracthyr being in PvP. I'm actually really curious to see how they'll be in PvP, because like this like holding down buttons and stuff, I mean that's kind of like casting time. I guess I don't know, like I kind of hope that all the classes that have casting time in the game will be able to, or at least most of them, you know, like with the spells and stuff, like a mage for example, or elemental shaman. Imagine having an elemental shaman and you want to shoot off like chain lightning or something, and if you just press the button, it does like a very weak version of that, and then if you hold down the button, it does a much stronger version of the chain lightning. Like that would be really awesome. Like I really hope that they would incorporate something like that into the other classes. They have a lot of ranged DPS. Oh, let me just leave the group here. Oh yeah, with the Dracthyr. Yeah, they should have, like they said it was an intermediate ranged DPS class, right? I'm really curious to see if I would actually enjoy the Dracthyr. I really enjoyed Demon Hunter. But like, since we're getting a new range for the first time ever, I'm really curious to how much fun it is. How it feels to play in PvP. Like a lot of people, they talk about viability and, you know, what is the meta right now and stuff like that. But I'm more about like the playstyle. If the playstyle suits me really well, I will do much better with that class than the meta right now, if that's just not a natural playstyle for me. Oh, please come on. No. Whenever there's a page 2, I'm like, yes, this is it. Gonna get it now. But no. Now imagine that and hunters in PvP. Oh, that would be fun. I think that would be fun. I can't wait till we get a little bit more detail on the Dracthyr, just to like see what exactly they play like. Cause what do you guys think about like the visuals of the race? I think they're very anime Final Fantasy looking. Like I kind of hope they will. I kind of hope that the visuals they gave us in the presentation were like the extremes, you know, like you can really make these dragons, like even in the humanoid form, look really flashy and lots of colors and stuff, like just to show us like the potential. But I want something more low-key realistic looking in a Dracthyr. I wouldn't want to look like an anime character. So I just kind of hope that's an option, and I hope they change the dragon form, because the dragon form looks very skinny. I mean, I know we're not literal dragons, I think. I think we're like, you know, they said we were some sort of hybrid. Oh, group. Honestly, for me, it was meh. I'm just happy this zone looks like Grizzly Hills. I never played Grizzly Hills during the Wrath of the Lich King or anything like that, but, you know, going back to that Wrath of the Lich King expansion in retail now, that is one of my absolute favorite zones visually. Like, it looks so Nordic. Like, taking my dwarf up there, just like, if we ever had player housing and we could place it around Azeroth, I would place it up there in Grizzly Hills. So I'm just like, I'm so happy to like actually get to experience a zone that's similar to that. Because I'm probably going to be doing a lot of questing there. I thought there would be actual dragons. Yeah, me too. I was a little bit disappointed that we got like a humanoid dragon looking thing. I would just kind of like what I was hoping for was that we would get a class or like a new race in a class where we would fight as the humanoid character, and they actually said they might work on incorporating that, but I would love to just be able to fight as the humanoid version, and then we could turn into a real dragon, kind of like the druids can with the with this thing here. Just turn into like a travel form, and then we would become a dragon that we could customize and stuff. Like, that would be fun. You know, kind of as a sweet replacement for like the fact they didn't get Legion artifacts and stuff. Let's get dragon forms instead that we can customize. Like, that would have been so much better in my opinion. But no, we turn into a it's kind of like the Dragthier, like when they turn into dragons, feel the same way as if, let's say you want to paint your living room red or blue, and you're kind of like, oh, we can't agree on what to make this, like what color should it be, so let's compromise and make it purple instead. Let's mix the colors. Like, it's not quite what people wanted. Like, they're trying to satisfy two things at the same time. That's what it feels like to me. I thought they're just reskins crossing. Oh yeah, it's from the succubus. Yeah, I noticed that. Like, that's why they're so skinny, because they had to fit on that, you know, the skeleton of the succubus. And funny enough, we got the new male succubus and stuff in 9.2. Oops, make sure to leave. Because they were working on the skeleton for the Dragthier, so they were like, oh yeah, let's give them a male version of the succubus too while we're at it. So that was kind of a hinter to them working on that particular model there. Oh, that would be much better. I'm guessing you mean like with my suggestion with turning into a dragon. Like, I think that would be cool. Like, I don't need to be a dragon when I fight. Like, that's not necessary for me to feel badass as a dragon. Like, being able to turn into it just to like go into travel form, that would be cool. But I guess they, you know, because they're making this dragon riding a thing in the expansion, I guess it would just be, you know, kind of locking out all the other classes in the game. If you said that only the Dragthier can do this flying stuff. One thing I'm really excited for in actually, like, I think I have like 3 things that are like my top things I'm super excited for. 4 things actually. In the new expansion, they said that, like, I don't think, I might be wrong about this, but I did hear in an interview that they talked about making the new expansion a little bit less handholdy. So like, you don't have to like get like carried around like from quest to quest, but it's more of a, you go out into the open world like of that expansion, and then you discover quests, you discover people in need that needs helping or something like that. So it's a little bit more exploratory rather than, oh, you gotta go from A to B, then you gotta go from B to C, and by the end of that chain that you're just like walking in, you're done. Like, that's the story. So this one should be a little bit more exploratory, I think they said. And I think that's one of the cool things about the dragon riding. It's not as much about the fact that they're doing dragon riding, where you can do like physics-based things and like you're gliding and stuff like that. Like that's okay, like that's cool. But like the thing that really excites me is that they're actually redoing how to do open world content with questing and stuff. To instead of saying, oh, flying is bad, we should only give it to them after they're, you know, done exploring everything. So they can get from A to B faster. Instead, they're saying, oh, you know what? Let's actually, like, we already incorporated flying. Let's actually make it a feature instead of a band-aid after you are done with a patch after a couple of months. You know, and then you have to earn it and stuff like that. I think it's really cool they actually made it into an actual feature of the expansion. Flying from the start. And the world, they put a lot more effort, from what I understand, into the team that takes care of making the open world feel a little bit more fun for people like open world content. Hopefully that's also going to give us a lot of really fun open world world PvP, because people actually feel like it's fun exploring the world. I hope it really makes some cool things there on accident. I mean, I love that they added dragon mounts and they customized them, but what's the point when we can become dragons? That's true. I would much rather just turn into a dragon. Oh, you mean in terms of like a drag theer turning into a dragon, riding on a dragon? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. The world quest thing sounds really good. Yeah, I really think so. Like, that's one of the things that really excite me. I was seeing the expansion reveal, and I was like, okay, player housing, give me player housing. And the whole reason I was doing that is because right now we have all this borrowed power. Like, there's just like borrowed power upon borrowed power upon borrowed power, and there's just like so many gearing systems, and I just want to go and get gear, and that's it. Like, I don't want the entire game to be about acquiring these 6-7 different types of gearing and borrowed power, and then in a patch or so, it's all like all that work you put into it is just kind of like, you know, wasted. And I just kind of thought that Blizzard went into that, like they were just kind of stuck in that direction now, because it's a really good way of implementing systems into a game that forces players to lock in every day. Ha 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 ha, like rubbing their hands evilly. But it actually seems like, you know, all the people leaving the game and, you know, WoW decreasing so much in popularity because of what happened at Blizz and all that stuff, I think kind of like opened their eyes. And now they're making the game with the focus on it being fun, instead of how long people are locked into the game. Like that's what really excites me. So when I said like I was like crossing my fingers with player housing, it's because I wanted something fun to do that I could do instead of all this borrowed power that I was absolutely certain they were going to introduce into the next expansion as well. But when they said that they were not going to do that, and they were just going to make a you know, the old talent system again, make professions relevant again, open world content is going to be much more fun. Like, it's like fun is like the key word here. Like, if you want to be a blacksmith, you can become a blacksmith and craft you know, orders for other players, and it can be like mythic item level and stuff. Like, that just seemed like so much fun. Like, screw player housing then. Like, I still want player housing, but, you know, I'm okay with not getting it this expansion if they're focusing on making the core game like really good. I think that's really fun. Yep, although I do hope I hope they do remember the Cloud Serpent quest in Pandaria. I hope it's something like that. Oh yeah, we have to like raise it up. Yeah, that was fun. Hazelnut Games actually asked Eon about player housing. Yeah, she did. Player house Blizzard devs are a bunch of boomers who would like to develop Facebook games instead of WoW. Oh, and hey, welcome in. I keep forgetting, because you changed your profile picture and you changed your username, so I keep forgetting what your last one was. May. But I know you're one of my regulars. Yeah, when Hazelnut, she asked about player housing, and he said that I think really the thing that I liked about his reply is that they said they knew, first of all, that players wanted it, but also the fact that they wanted to incorporate it properly, and they want to do it properly. They need to make sure the core system, like the core game, is good. Forgot to leave. They want to make sure the core game is good before they start incorporating a player housing system. It has to be attached to something good. And I think that's a good decision. Right now, I was kind of like, going into the reveal, I was kind of like, the core game is crap, and they're not willing to fix it. So, you know, player housing is just gonna be like a little diamond on top of a pile of crap. So give me that, so it has something to do. He said for now it will be hard too, and it would take a long time to add, but he didn't count it out. Yeah. His response sounds promising. I think it does. Like, it's sometimes when like players, especially YouTubers, talk about some features like a lot, like player housing has been mentioned a lot by like Bellalar and stuff like that. I'm always kind of thinking, like, do the Blizzard, you know, corporate part of Blizzard, the ones that makes the big decisions of the game, do they actually know that people want player housing, or is it just kind of like the community talking about it, and it's just like like we're talking about it over there, but the developers are over there in their own little bubble? You know, do they actually know what we're talking about? But they do, apparently, so they do understand that we want player housing. So that's the important part, I think. Go into group. There we go. I hope dragon riding won't become a charring minigame. Like, what the fuck, just let people go from A to B without pressing some buttons every 5 seconds. I hope they make it so fun that people don't mind pressing a button every 5 seconds. Like, I actually think, like, when you, like, glide around like a demon hunter, you know, you can glide and you can do the fell rush and stuff like that. Like, it's a really fun mechanic. And if I could travel at the same speed as flying with a demon hunter, I would have fun with it. I think so. I'm kind of curious to see that they said they're adding in a physics system. WoW is not a physics, like a very physics-based game in that sense. You know, when it comes to like you as the player controlling things using physics. I really wonder what glitches we might see from it. That's my cell phone. Yeah, he did, but I feel like if they would, it would be too late. Oh, the player housing? Or like listening to players saying they wanted player housing? Maybe. Right now, I'm just happy that they're making the core game good again. At least they're trying to. You know, we have like these moments where whenever Blizzard does something, it either turns out really good or it turns out really bad. And I hope this is one of the times where it turns out really good. Because if the changes they are making, which by the way would make the game a much healthier game to play, if that is successfully created using this new expansion, it would really make the game a much healthier place. And I think that's a really, really good thing. However, I appreciate that they're finally engaging with the fans. I mean, it only took 10 expansions to do so. That's true, though. It only took a, fans unsubscribing because, like, really, when the whole crisis thing happened inside Blizzard, at that time, I was only subscribed because I have a nostalgic thing for WoW. And I think a lot of people felt that way. Like, you know, the game was bad, but people were still playing it. You know, people were still subscribed to the game. So, you know, why are they still subscribing to something they're not really enjoying as much? Well, it's because they have nostalgia. And whenever that crisis thing happened at Blizzard, I actually unsubscribed for a while. Because whenever that happened, I just went completely like, okay, the nostalgia now doesn't matter that much. Oh, I forgot to leave the group. Okay, we might as well run out then. Now I can actually show why I leave the group after the first boss every time. It's so annoying. Shadowlands made me miss BFA too. Like, seriously, I did a lot of open world PvP in BFA. It was so much fun to do open world content in BFA with, like, the PvP part, war mode on and everything. Like, that was so much fun. And at that time, I didn't realize how fun it was until I got into Shadowlands. I rarely ever meet another player in open world PvP. It's like they have so many zones where there's no players. Where do people go? Like, BFA had some good things, but it also had some bad things. And I'm just kind of like hoping that... Oh no! We did 10 runs. Gotta log out then. Yep, came back for a month, but didn't know, man. I haven't played again since end of January. That's a long time. Yeah, so much stuff from farm besides the raids. Yeah, there was a lot of really cool things in BFA. There was also a lot of really bad things, but let's focus on the fact that there was also some good things. Okay, so instance locked, which means that we have to do some farming of mounts in the open world, because I can't enter dungeons. I also kind of wish that the instance lock was not account bound but character bound. I think that would be okay too. By the way, is it getting really hot in your countries? It is getting super warm here in Denmark. Like, surprisingly warm. Like, usually it takes a little while longer for it to get like this. Like, my door's open right now. I also need to take the fan down from my attic so I can have it blowing on me, and hopefully it's not going to go into the microphone. I've seen some other YouTubers, they have fans going and there's like no audio, so I don't know if they cut it out in post-production. I didn't feel like doing BFA to unlock World Quest, even though I did all the quests in Legion. Yeah. I think World Quest was one of those things that... It's a really good idea, I think. But they took it too far. Like, they made it into, like... It started in BF... Well, actually... Oh, my wife donated $10. Well, thank you, honey. My phone keeps vibrating. Oh, she sent me something. Hold on. Let me just put my phone here so we don't keep hearing it. Let me just check what she sent. Oh, that's sweet. She sent me a video of a parrot that helps her owner open a Monster energy drink. My wife is so sweet. She's also been very busy, so she's relaxing in the living room right now. Here in New Jersey, it's currently raining, but it's been getting hot here as well. BFA broke quest add-ons and made them 100 times worse. I thought when I unlock World Quest, I would unlock World Quest everywhere, but I was wrong. Yeah, still pissed about that. Let's just see. You're way too sexy, so I'm throwing a little bit after you, my wife says. He's cute. Okay. This is my Death Knight, by the way. I was able to convince my wife to change that I was allowed to change my Death Knight to another race for the 9th time. This is my most race changed character in the entire game. And I don't know, like, dwarves are my favorite race in the game, like the regular dwarves, for some reason. It's very Nordic and it's very like, it's very Scandinavian in like fantasy. So I just really enjoy dwarves. It's also the only class in the game that I've unlocked my my artifacts Mage Tower appearance on for one of the specs. So I'm never gonna not play this class, at least this character here. I really like the transmog in Shadowlands. I think there's a lot of really good transmog there. Like there's a lot of stuff there that goes really good into the fantasies of some of the classes that we got. For example, the Death Knight. If you play a Blood Deacon, you have these gargoyles with like, it could be like blood magic coming out of their eyes. I think that's really cool. My wife says, everyone needs to stop being so mad. Cheer up. Because we're talking about past expansions, honey. I wanted to farm the White Thunder and Cloud Serpent in Pandaria World Quest, but I had to do the entire BFA questline, so I said screw that. Oh, I've done absolutely, like, I actually have the lasso for one of those mounts with the white and pink one, but I don't know, like there was like 100 people sitting there camping, and I had the macro set up, and it actually spawned. I waited 45 minutes for it to spawn, and then like the entire time I was clicking the macro. The entire time I never stopped clicking it, and my finger was hurting after 45 minutes, and then it finally spawned, and I didn't get it, and I was like, is my macro wrong or something? Like I should have gotten it, and then I just completely gave up in the mounts there. My ex wouldn't want to play with my orc because he said he was ugly. Okay. I think my wife actually likes the orcs in the game. I can't play the orcs though, because when they run, they're very like the running animation of the orcs is very motion like it makes me like motion sick, and I'm not the type of person that gets motion sick. But the orcs in the game do actually make me like super nauseous. Even though I always have wanted Sylvanas to be war chief of the horde. You're like my wife. She thinks Sylvanas should have stayed war chief too. I think. She at least thinks she was very awesome. Yeah. I think it's kind of funny to see how when the next expansion comes out with Dragonflight, we still, I understand why, but we, you know, whenever new players get into the game, they still jump into BFA. Like they don't go to whatever is like not the newest, but the last one before that expansion. I understand why they put them in BFA, because it's a little bit more grounded in what like the fantasy is of the game. You know, not the like Shadowlands stuff. Like it's just crazy stuff. You have to wait for the Mogo to spawn, and then you have to defeat that Cloud Serpent in the basement. I never even attempted that one once. It is stupid, because you have to go all the way down there. But yeah, that mount is really awesome. I would love to have gotten it if it wasn't because it was like so stupid. What is this the spawn timer for it? Is it like these mounts here? Like does it spawn every 20 minutes or so, or does it spawn like, you know, every 3 hours? Like if it has the same spawn timer as these, I would actually go farm it. But I have this idea that it's much more than that. Because back when Asmon was doing it, like he was like, you know, he would only do it if people invited him into their groups because they had it already spawned. So I just kind of got this idea that, you know, it's not just a thing that spawns. The only thing I remember from BFA questline is that they... Kill it! Kill it! Hey! Okay, let's see if we got something. Just go to the next one. Ah, no. Nothing. The only thing I remember from BFA questline is that they made the head of the SI7 gay, even though the other guy had a clear interest in another woman. Matthias? Did they make Matthias gay? Are we talking about Matthias? Oh, really? How do we know that? Is it like part of a, like something he says or some other thing? Did they write it in a book? So we, you know, that we didn't get to experience in game? Also just trying to make friends in WoW, at least by me, was like pulling teeth. Everyone was so defensive and rude. All I wanted was to find a partner to mount farm with. Yeah. People in the game are very... My wife, she can get really fired up talking about other people in this game. Because, like, people are really... I don't know, like she explains it in a good way. Which is, like, it feels like a lot of the people in WoW are, like, classic Andes. Who, because the game is not like it was back in Classic, just keep being salty about the game. Like, Blizzard can never do anything right in the game. Because it's not like Classic is anymore. Like, they want that Classic experience, but with a new story. Right? But because the game has just changed so much over the years, they just keep being salty. And like, you know, she says like, oh, it's like a neckbeard with like the, you know, the hat thing on. And women were thinking I was hitting on them. I was like, chill, I have a girlfriend. Yeah, being nice, and then people think you're like hitting on them. But cringy fanfiction level of gay though through dialogue and emotes. Oh really? It's kind of like with the you know, the new Lord of the Rings. Movie companies and like, you know, like big game devs and stuff like that, like they have this idea that they need a person of every color and a person of every gender and a person of every sexuality in whatever media they're making, because they want as much variety as possible, to the point where they're like corrupting whatever they're making. Like the Lord of the Rings, like you have, you know, like, I don't mind black people in movies and stuff like that. I'm not a racist at all. But the fact that they're taking fantasy characters like elves and dwarves and making them black, yeah, you could probably make up an explanation for it. Like it's dark elves, or it's like it's a dwarf from another continent or something. But if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, it feels wrong. It feels like you can definitely feel like the hand of diversity going in and, like, you know, corrupting what you see Lord of the Rings being, you know. And in moments like that, I don't know, it's just so sad to see that they're like corrupting it. The only thing I want to mount is other animals, not them. Peter was whispering people, hey bro, wanna mount with me? Yeah. Like Blood Elves in WoW. Yeah, like they I don't actually, no, actually in WoW, I don't mind they gave them darker skins in WoW. But there's a big difference between a game like WoW giving them black skin and a movie like The Lord of the Rings where they give them black skin. Because WoW is a RPG fantasy game that you can play, and I really think even though it goes against the lore in a game like this, I really do think that every person playing a game should have the option in an RPG to make something that makes them feel like they're playing themselves. So, you know, if you have dark skin in reality, I fully support the fact that you should have the choice to make a dark skinned character, even though it goes against the lore. It's always about fun and gameplay over lore, if that makes sense. Of course, if it completely destroys the game, like it destroys the game's lore. If it's like minor things like, you know, okay, so maybe there's like a type of, you know, blood elf from a different continent or something that has darker skin, that's fine. If it allow people to play a character that feels like them, I think that's perfectly fine. But in a series like Lord of the Rings, where it's more about identifying yourself with the characters in that series. That's not the right reason. Like, you're not supposed to watch a movie and then like corrupt the movie characters because whoever's watching should feel like, oh, so I have dark skin, which means I can be in a movie like this. Like, it just doesn't make sense. There's a difference between a movie and actually playing an RPG character so you can like make them into your own person in a game. I think that's a big difference. Some people may disagree, but I think it's really an important difference. Wokeness is what is killing movies, TV shows, and games. It is. Like I said, there's a difference between an RPG game and another type of game. What is it called? Not Left 4 Dead. What is it called? The Last of Us. The second one. I haven't played it yet. I still need to play it, but our PlayStation is like really like sounding like a jet engine whenever we put it on. But from what I hear, wokeness just kind of like killed The Last of Us 2. Like, people didn't really like how woke they tried to make that game. But that's like a story. That's just like a movie. Like, you're following a story. You're playing a story in a game. And in that way, like in that example, you shouldn't try to corrupt it with wokeness, you know, and like having all the different races and genders and sexualities and whatever, you know. You shouldn't try to like ruin that. But whenever you play an RPG, it's different. Then I do think that it's important that you have diversity in the game. Oh, absolutely. Like, I love Idris. What? But when you describe a character with light skin and blue eyes with a Roland the Chain in Dark Tower, which I read the entire 7-book series. Yeah, it's like kind of like, you know, when they start to retcon things because they want to spread diversity and they start changing important characters, that's not good. That's the same thing with Lord of the Rings, like making things go against what you believe about that series, you know. I just hate the fact that they never gave an in-game reason. It would have been nice with an in-game reason. I do agree. I'm not saying that would been like they should just add it in and then just deal with it. You know, it would have been nice to get an explanation. I'm okay with it there not being an explanation, like I said, because people should have the option of playing something that looks like them. But it would have been a nice gesture to put in an explanation. I do think so. And I see what they did. I was pissed. I was hoping Matthew McConaughey would play the main character, but he played the bad guy instead. In the book series? Yeah, it's the one where they... is it the one with the tower? And then you have... the black guy, you know, where he's like a hunter of sorts. What I forgot what his name is, but he's like a really awesome movie actor. The guy that plays the main protagonist. It's the one with the Dark Tower where he's like trying to destroy it with the kids, right? Like shooting it. Oh no, what did I just do? Do I have... Oh no, I have... Okay, I'm gonna die now. No mount, by the way. In 5 seconds, I'm gonna die. Actually, no, can I kill it before I die? Kill it! Kill it! No! Oh, crap. Okay. Well... Oh, it's right here! It's fine. I just hope nobody kills it. Look, the Eternals movie, there was so wokeness in that movie, it was disgusting. In the movie, The Dark... Yeah, Idris Elba. Okay, so that is his name. I didn't know that was his name. I think he was great in that movie. Like, I've never read the books or anything. I've only seen that movie, so I don't know if they changed a lot of things. I think it was a good movie, but again, that is from a point of view of someone who isn't invested in that world, so to speak. It's like somebody watching the Lord of the Rings series without ever having watched a single Lord of the Rings movie. Like they would probably be okay with the Lord of the Rings Amazon series. But the thing is, there's a fan base, and I think you do need to cater to them. Okay, so we did all of that. Let's see if we can go in and do, like, if the instances have kind of, like, unlocked itself again. I don't think it has. I've been streaming... Yeah, we're going to have to do mod farming with another character, because there's still some time. I can use my stream timer to see how long the instance locks are. Yep, the books were amazing, and they were like, you know what? We're gonna add an African American guy for the hell of it, even though the book described the character. Really? In a moment like that, see, this is one of the things that I actually talk a lot with my wife about. Whenever we see a, you know, like the meme about, like, let's say Netflix changing characters to be black instead. I don't see why you have to blackwash characters when you could come up with a new original character that could be black. Like, there's no need to corrupt characters that already has been established because we need to add diversity. So let's make this character who's been white throughout, you know, multiple books and multiple movies. Let's make him black instead because we want to change things up. We want to be edgy and wokeness and, you know, because that's what people want today. Just make up a new interesting character. They don't need to blackwash things. Just make a new one. People will still watch it. People are not upset about there being black characters in movies. Like, that's completely, like, misunderstood by some people. Like, they think, oh, you just don't want black characters in the movies. No, that's not at all. I don't care. But whenever you take, you know, part of a movie culture or a game culture or something, and then you blackwash it, it's the same way with the other way around. If you take a black character and make him white, I would disagree heavily with that too. It's not about their skin color. It's about you changing the characters. Like, that's what it's all about. Okay. Let's just double check, because I actually need to go farm with this guy. But let's just double check if we can get in. Yeah, we can't get in. Hamilton is one of the few exceptions. Oh, I've heard Hamilton before. Is that the one with the guy that's like... Is it a military movie or like a military series? A good example is Hermione in the Harry Potter Broadway play. It was like, really? Look, if she was black to begin with, awesome. But to me, it felt more like an insult to blacks when they did that. That's true. Hermione is clearly, like, whenever you say Hermione, you have a picture in your head because it has been established in the movies and in the books and everything. Actually, what is it like? People try to, like, heavily argue with the fact that, oh, it never said in the books that she was white. Come on now. You know, the movies have something to say too. Like, the movies are probably more official than the books are by now, because that's what people grew up with. At least me. People who is like 30 years, like between like maybe like 25 and 40, I think. Like, those people identify Hermione with white. And, you know, you can't argue that she should be black. That's, again, it's blackwashing. What they should have done instead, if they wanted more diversity, take one of the black characters from the Gryffindor house and make them more part of the, you know, part of the adventure. There's no need to, like, change the characters. Okay, so we're going to go to Pandaria. I'm actually going to try and teleport to a natural location and see if that works. I think that's a really nice druid ability, just to be able to, like, teleport places. Oh, we went to Kalimdor. Actually, Onyxia could be farmed. Actually, no, that's an instance. Oh, we're here? That's as far away as we would get almost. Okay, in 40 seconds, I'll teleport again. Actually, do I have Pandoran thing? Draenor. Oh, we can go to Pandaria. I have the wormhole thing. It's a musical about the time where America was founded with a complete black cast. Yeah, like Hamilton, I can definitely accept because that was part of the story, I think. I've never seen Hamilton. Let me just, like, Google it. Because Hamilton. Oh, this is definitely not what I thought it was. I'm pretty sure there's a movie series or something called Hamilton with, like, a military plot. Hamilton. Wait, is that a football star? Hamilton. I don't even know. Is he like? It says something about Disney. Is he a Disney star? Is he a superhero or something? Yeah, like Hamilton. Okay. Lin-Manuel Miranda is in it, but it doesn't matter because it's transformative and all of the songs have elements of black music in it, or songs. I think I need to like look up what it is. The Hamilton that I think of is like years old, so it's probably not the same thing we're talking about because it's probably more of a new thing. Okay, let's just double check we're going the right way. We are. Actually, I should probably go down here. He might have spawned. I don't know. Let's go check. Hamilton, I think, is a story of like slavery in the colonial days, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that is very American themed then. Wait, the music just stopped. I just noticed. Video paused. Continue watching. What are you, Netflix? Yeah, let's start this over. Oh, there we go. I thought there was no music. Okay. He is... Oh, he's there! Don't kill him! Oh, he's right there! Go! Go! Fly faster! Oh, this is one of the worst moments when you have a rare that you can clearly see, but you're so far away that he just like spawned in so you can see him, and you know you're... Oh, what just happened? Oh, okay. He disappeared. Am I playing WoW standing up? No, I'm sitting down. But I have actually been wanting a stand-up desk. One that's not electric, but one that has like a handle. I think that was really cool when I saw it. Oh, got a belt. Is it soulbound? Yeah, it is. Okay, next one. It's a musical about the time period where America was founded by the creation of the Declaration of Independence. Oh, Hamilton was the guy who was writing it. Yeah, okay, now I know who he is. My wife just sent me something. My wife is making a game at the moment, and she's doing a brainstorm session with like a bunch of papers and stuff spread out in front of her. It's a game she's been wanting to make for a while, and she has a really nice idea for it. They pulled a, are you standing? Are you still watching? There's only one reason why that happens. Yeah. Oh, please let me get there in time. I can recommend using paper. It is so much more fun and gives a better overview in a different way. No, did it just get killed? Actually, it may not, because there's this weird thing with this, there's a weird thing with this sharp anger. Like, sometimes when you kill it, it's gonna despawn like 5 seconds later, and sometimes it's like 20 minutes later. So it might be the same one that I killed. Is she making WoW 2? No, she's making a game. Actually, no, I'm not. I can't talk about it because she's very private about her game. But she's making a game that she's been wanting to make for a while. And right now she's sitting with like a bunch of papers, drawing ideas out. Right now she's doing the story, like the papers flipped on the side, which is like why I'm doing this. She's trying to like do the different encounters and such. Will she stream it? I don't think she will. She's not much of a streamer. Is she working on Dragonflight? Shh. It's a secret. People are just gonna start bugging me about telling them about the next expansion. I cannot disclose whether or not she's working on it. I've been starting up so many games myself as well. One of the issues that I have when it comes to making games is I don't have a clear idea about the story before I start making it. So I'll start making all these assets and like make the game really cool looking. Like just like the start of the level, and then I'll be like, so now what? Like, what is the mechanic of this game? What are you supposed to do? And I'm just kind of like stuck there. Because now I built this frame, and I don't actually know what the game is supposed to like do in terms of fun. Tell her to add cool mounts. Oh, I think that's one of her top wishes too. She tried to draw a squirrel. Yeah, I do work quite a bit in Unity. It's something I started doing 3 years ago, I think. And then I started out by just teaching myself C#, not related to Unity, but just on its own, because I wanted to make mobile apps. And then I realized that you could just use that for making games. Squirrel mounts confirmed. Don't we have one of those things already? A squirrel mount. Like they introduced a new mount I think was going to be in the store, or was it going to be earned in-game or something in the new expansion? No, it was Tuskar themed, so I don't know. Oh, you haven't seen anything else about the expansion? They did talk about a new mount, Tuskar themed, but I forgot what. I don't know. I have squirrel in my head now, but it might not be a squirrel. But tell my wife to add squirrels. I will. Programming is 90% self-learning. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, it really is. Oh, it's an otter mount. Yeah, you're right. It's not a squirrel. It's an otter. The Enlightened. Yeah, like programming is it's kind of like one of those weird things where, like, when you take it like an education. Where you need to learn how to do web dev or game dev or something like that. It's like people expect that you go to school and then you learn things in class, and then, you know, whatever you learn, like, they're supposed to teach you everything you need to know. When in actuality, they're just kind of like pointing in the directions that you need to go home and study, kinda. At least that's how you need to look at it. Otherwise, you're never gonna get good at programming. It's also like I just got a comment this morning that I was sitting there answering. I have like a couple of project videos on my main channel, and one of them is how to make a PHP login system. And I very, very clearly at the beginning of the video disclosure that this is for teaching purposes. This is not a complete login system because login systems require a lot of security. And I could sit there for a long time if we had to like make a complete login system. And it's also just kind of stupid to make a complete login system from scratch, because there's much better solutions out there, like frameworks like Laravel or you know, CMS systems where there's like plugins with like trusted people that actually do that for a living. And I got a comment this morning saying, "Oh, this video is a waste of time, because he doesn't talk about security." And, you know, it's one of those things, like, you know, I'm just kind of like showing them how a login system works at its like fundamental level, and then they can take that and just continue with it if they wanted to. It's I don't know, like, people have this weird idea that whenever they have teachers or they take an education that, you know, they should teach them everything they need to know. When you actually, like you said, you go home and 90% you learn by yourself. Like, that's actually how it works. Also, college programming never taught me anything new besides putting a very complicated loop in motion. I bet there's some dumbass copying your code in his company and now the server room is burning. Oh, I hope they're not. I've every single comment I get, like, I look at every single comment, right? Anytime I see a person say, "Oh, this is great, I'm building a website and I needed a login system and this is like perfect, I could follow and it's working just like when you made the video," like, you know, I very quickly like make a comment saying, oh, just FYI, like I said in the beginning of the video, this is for teaching purposes. If you use this in a real website, it's not gonna be very secure. Don't use this for like a real project. This is just for learning PHP and learning how to like understand how PHP functions and stuff like that. Like don't use it in real projects. Like I say that as soon as I see those messages. Imagine how disastrous it would be to build a website. It's basic logic, right? There's so many things. Let's say you want to build a website and you do it through a CMS system like WordPress, right? There's so many plugins that experts have worked on that has high ratings, and you can look them up online to see how good they are. And like those people spend their entire work time dedicated to making the login system continuously as secure as possible. And then you have this one guy, you know, who is like, oh, I'm gonna build a website, I'm gonna make the login system myself. Like, there's no way their login system they made from scratch is gonna be able to compete with whatever this guy, who's like a very experienced developer, who's done this for like 25 years or something, just focusing on security, like what he's gonna be able to produce. And it's just a plugin you just install, right? So don't make your own stuff. Like, use stuff that's already been created. Like, don't try and reinvent the wheel. It's not gonna end out well. In my respiratory therapy program in college, there was literally 20% of instructors led, and 80% of it was us doing the learning by ourselves. Pretty much. So it's not just when it comes to programming, I see. I love stupid IT firms who are too cheap to pay like $20 a month for secure internet access. It's like I watch a lot of Kitchen Nightmares, and there's just so many parallels to that. Like, you know, you just gotta spend that much more, and then you like give them like you get so much more of a better experience with it. But yeah. So who do we have here? We have a Predator. Oh no. Gotta keep our distance. And Paladin. So it's a Mage, Paladin. I'm higher item level than they are. Cool. That's rare. I've been alternating characters so much like this expansion that like this is my I think this is my most geared character. No, it's not. I have a hunter who is higher than this. I tried to make like a death mog with this character. I have a better belt, you know, the one you get from Antorus, but it just seemed a bit too colorful, like too flashy. Funny you said that. I recently started watching Hell's Kitchen. It is so much fun watching Gordon Ramsay in action, because like it's one of those things where like if you watch Kitchen Nightmares or Hotel Hell or something like that, like you're sitting there and you're like judging him like, oh man, you pig, why does your kitchen look like that? You know, anyone can see that if people have to eat at your place, it has to like be sparkling clean, and like such a pig for not going into your fridge. And like I'm sitting there like saying that to them as Gordon Ramsay is on the other side of the monitor screaming at them too. And I bet a lot of those people who does the same thing, like if you like look back at their kitchen, it's not gonna look very good. Speaking of gear, I'm happy that they're doing with the Conquest gear. Oh, Shadowlands. Okay, so like I said, I had like 4 things I really enjoyed about not Shadowlands, Dragonflight. One thing being the leveling experience, like the open world experience. The second thing is the PvP gear. Like in my opinion, they are fixing PvP completely with this solution here. I love the fact that you buy the gear, like the first piece of gear, and then everyone is like on even foot, because in that way PvP is about skill, and it's not about who has better gear. Because right now PvP is like 80% gear and 20% skill. Like it doesn't matter how good you are, like you have to be like really, really much better than the other person if you have to beat them, if you have much worse gear than them. Like, there has to be like a huge gap difference in skill. And when Dragonflight comes out and PvP is just like everything is like highest item level, and then you gotta upgrade the PvE item level from scratch. Like, that makes sense because it's a really cool way of being able to do dungeons and stuff, you know, by actually like doing PvP, and it's just a really cool way of doing it. Everyone is on even foot, and it's just really well done the way they're gonna do it. Also love my cousin who asked me the wildest stuff because I have basics in Java and Python, and now he wants me to write him batch scripts that have access to Windows options. Genuine Ring Zero stuff. Oh, that's funny. I had a person ask me once. He wanted to set up one of those Twitch streams where people could write in chat. Like, he wanted me to write a Python program that allowed people to, you know, write in chat up or left or A or something like that. And then the character in the game would actually, you know, so like the chat is playing the game essentially. And the Python program had to automatically take the chat input and make it into like the game input. And I was like, you know, first of all, I'd never done Python before at that time, but because I knew programming, you know, it's what, you know, how hard is Python, you know, in his opinion. Couldn't I just like do that and he could like pay me or something? I was like, I don't know how to do it. Yeah, people who don't know programming, they have this idea that, you know, program is programming, you know. Not just that, but if you like, let's say you learn C# and you hear that you can make video games and you can make apps and stuff with C# and Windows applications and stuff like that. They think that because you know how to make Unity games using C#, that automatically means you can also make I mean, you can make mobile apps in Unity, but let's say you want to like do an outside Unity mobile app, then they think you can do that as well because you know C#. So of course you can do that. No. Like the programming part is like half the battle. The other half is knowing the, you know, the media that you have to make that app in. When I started Shadowlands with all PvP gear, it was so easy to level the item levels for better than the dropped gear during the story. It is. Like, I recently discovered that you can actually do, like, the game, like, you don't need to do dungeons, you can just do PvP. And then you use honor to upgrade your gear and stuff. Like, I've been completely locking myself away from, like, the gearing system because it was just too much for me with all the borrowed power. So I just completely ignored gearing and just focused on playing the game very casually. And I only recently, like 2 weeks ago, discovered that you could actually just do random battlegrounds. Just buy gear with it. So I've been doing that for the past couple of weeks. Let's see if we got something. Oh, gosh darn it. The day that I get that mount, I'm going to be so happy. Hope it's not going to be in 10 years. The day I do get that mount and my wife don't have it, I think she's going to quit the game. Because that's like the one thing she plays the game for. And I think she's kind of hoping to get it before me. Remember when Legion PvP was about skill because everyone was scaled? People hated it because they couldn't one-shot newbies. I think scaling was a good thing. People... There's two sides to it, because I understand that if you fight really hard, if you do, like, if you really try to do, like, extremely hard dungeons and stuff to, like, get super good gear, so you, like, for the one purpose of being able to completely pwn noobs who don't have good gear, then of course you're gonna get upset because, you know, you don't have good gear when you thought you had. So it's very understandable. But PvP is not supposed to be, in my opinion, gear-based. In my opinion, you should just have, like, once you get the gear one time, that's it. Like, just get the right gear with the right stats. That's all you need to focus on. Oh no, and he was there too! I'm kind of like, I should be like, I should feel bad about these moments, but I don't. I actually, if I saw the person running from back there, I might actually just like look them in the eye and do it. Yeah, I have a few aspects of myself where I'm kind of mean. Yeah, I think PvP should definitely just be about skill, 100%. 100%. I like the fact that you can go in and whoever's the better player wins. It shouldn't be about whoever spent 30 hours a week, whereas the other person spent maybe like 2 hours a week farming gear. Like whoever is going to be better then. PvP should be like a completely separate way of playing than PvE content. And I would love to like get the PvP gear and then upgrade it using Conquest or Honor or whatever in order to like get the gear good for PvE stuff too. Like that's a motivation for me to play PvP. Yeah, I agree. PvP should be about skill level instead of gear level. By the way, why do you have the Metal Christmas? I don't know. This was a playlist that my my friends sent to me and said, this is royalty free. You can play it on stream and no one's gonna come after you. Let me find something else. Exciting how I'm gonna make it deep and visual in RPG Maker. Sign in. Like I'm actually paying for a service that gives me royalty free music. Actually, it's not royalty free. I'm paying to have the royalty to play this music. But for some reason, like there's always like these, and you know, not to like shame anyone from a certain location, but there's always these Asian companies that produce songs that sound similar to some of this royalty-free music that I purchased to use, and then they take my they copyright me in on YouTube, and it's such an annoying thing they do. Collections. Let's do stream. How many do I have here? Oh yeah, let's do this one. Let's make sure the audio is appropriately. I don't know how loud it is, but we'll find out. This is not gonna be Christmas covers, by the way. Did I just log out? I'm supposed to go farming that mace with the same character. Ugh. It's been a rough week. I need my foot on my chair. You can't tell, but I'm sitting in a very compromised pose for like hurting your back. They should do it like Guild Wars 1 and 2 and split PvE and PvP completely. Guild Wars has even the option to create PvP characters. I hear a lot of stuff about Guild Wars. Is it still like... because I've actually purchased Guild Wars 2. But I'm guessing you still need to pay for expansions. But it's not like subscription based, right? That's a bit loud. 1 second. There, I think that's better. Fuck Guild Wars 2? Weren't you just saying they should do it like Guild Wars 2? They did. The dragon flying system in Dragonflight is like, many people are so upset because apparently they ripped off Guild Wars 2 mount system with the flying. Because Guild Wars 2 apparently has the best mount flying in any MMO. I think it's perfectly fine. I don't care like who copies what. Like it's there's no original idea out there. Everything is oh, that looks weird. With the volcano effect? That's like clearly a very low low frame rate image. Okay. Yeah, but still, fuck Guild Wars 2. Yeah, as long as they make the game fun, I don't care how much they copy. They just need to focus on making it fun. Yeah, everything derived from something else. That's right. It does. But it has the same problems like WoW Story, but 100 times worse. Oh, really? It's funny, like, whenever I hear people talk about Guild Wars, like, they either really love it, or they really hate it. Like, it's, or maybe they, like, there's, like, a lot of flaws in it, but they still just absolutely love the crap out of that game. Alright, let's go get it. We'll also do some PvP, I think. I'll do a couple more runs. Then I'll try and get the Blue Drake, which is right nearby. And then we'll do some PvP. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I love the Fear Not This Night Guild Wars 2 song. I can see there's piano covers of it, so it's probably really good. Let me see. Let's try and play it. They can, I don't know. If it's an in-game song, they shouldn't copyright strike it. Let me just pause the music here. Fear Not. I hope this is the right version. I see people have made like epic metal covers too. Like there's a guy that has a YouTube channel called Scott Productions, and I love his heavy metal soundtracks. Okay, let's listen to it. I just want to experience PvE without farming stuff in PvP. I love stuff like Thousand Winter, but let's be honest, they won't make another one because it's too much work. Experience PvE without farming stuff in PvP. Do you need to farm stuff in PvP now to do PvE? Like, I completely agree. They should, bit loud. They should completely separate the two. But they should also still provide options for the people who do want to PvE as well. To have the option to do it through PvP. For example, if you want to PvE. And the same way the other way around. But it shouldn't be like, you know, in a... it shouldn't be a situation where you're forced to do PvP. Because there's something from PvP that works really well in PvE, for example. Then I think you should be forced to do PvE. I can already tell this is a good song. Come on, jump. There we go. Just for people who don't know, we're trying to get this right here, because 2 of those on a dwarf shaman looks amazing, or a dwarf death knight. And now we wait. And one more time. It's funny, like, I see people... Like, if you look this up on Wowhead, what the drop chance is of the maze, it says 0.1%, right? There's other items as well that has a 0.02% drop chance. And I've gotten those items much more than the maze. So I don't know if the maze is just like incorrectly labeled. Maybe it's like 0.01%. But I'm definitely not getting it. Guild Wars has the same situation like WoW when it comes to Guild Wars 1 versus 2. Guild Wars 1 is the classic Andes and Guild Wars of the Guild Wars franchise. Nope. I got 2 dogs here, and they sometimes bark. Hey, wanna see Dream Face reveal? I have absolutely no idea what that means. And I don't know if that's the person I should block. If it's a spammer. Dream Face reveal, I don't know what that is. Ah, okay, it is a spammer. It's a child who's a YouTuber who reveals his face, which is just absolutely not relevant to anything that we're doing right now. So I'm guessing it's a kid coming in here advertising for another person. I'll just block. Blocking a kid. The only thing that annoys me with current PvP is that some specs feel butchered without the PvP towns. That's true. I hate how, like... Elemental Shaman is a good example. I love how Elemental Shaman have the option... like, have the Lightning Lasso as an option for PvP. But I also think that that should just be like a default thing that you could just pick between. Hopefully, with the new talent system, we might get it. I hope so. Like, I want to be able to use that in PvE. I don't know what for, but I want to have the option. Not everything needs to have a reason. I just want to have it. What the hell? These kids are funny. I had to look up what like Dream Face reveal was, and I don't know. Like, does this guy even have viewers? Let's see. Oh, he does. You see what the weird thing is? Imagine coming into a... because this channel I'm on right now is not like the largest channel ever. Like, what do I have? Like 4,000 subscribers or something on here? Like, this is more of a chill kind of thing, right? And coming in here advertising for another streamer that's like... what was it? Many more thousands of subscribers. It's like the opposite way it should work. Usually it's small streamers advertising on larger streamers' streams. You know. it's like a company like that has that tries to like have a monopoly. Like, let's take down all the local farmers and just like, you know, have one big industrial farm. And whenever there's like a small farm popping up, you know, with just a guy trying to make a living, they'll destroy him. Like, that's the mindset of, like, advertising a big streamer on a small streamer channel. I don't want to start drama, but the Guild Wars 2 songs kind of sound like Great Value Evanescence. Really? Oh, man, that does, like, brings me back. I don't even know if Evanescence are still a thing. So with the talent system, is it... I forgot to leave my group. Crap. So with the talent system, is it brought back to pre-Pandaria talent system? No. It's a... I think I remember... Like, I got into the game for the very first time during Mr. Pandaria, when my friends invited me in, like, to play the game with him. And it was like, you know, we had like this tree where you had to like put points, and it like came out, and you like built things, and you had to like pick the right points. I think that's how it worked back then. And that's what we're getting now. Like, we're getting this tree of like, you have to like go out and pass. You have two trees, one for the spec that you're playing. So let's say you're playing a resto druid, then you have a druid tree, and then you have a resto tree, and then you can choose which abilities and spells you want to have. So instead of having like Moonfire or something being just like a spell you have, and then our talent tree right now is just like, oh, and instead of our talent tree being this thing where you have like 3 things to choose from, and 3 things and 3 things, like they actually allow for you to like say, oh, you know what, I don't want Moonfire at all in my talent tree. I'm just going to go like 100% feral on this one. And everything is going to be related to feral. And then I'll just ignore everything balance related. Whereas right now you have like a mixture between balance abilities and resto abilities. And you have, you know, all these different things. I think that's kind of cool. Like, there's more customization there. And you don't need to like rely on borrowed power to make things interesting. You don't need to know Dream when you're older than 14. Oh, okay. I'm glad to know. Exactly. That's what I love about your WoW stream. It's just chill and relaxing. Oh, I'm glad you think so. I try to make them into that type of stream. I don't want to be like a... like, I do perform, and my wife says I do all the time. Because you can't, like... You know when people, they sit there and they play games and stream, they just sit in silence and don't, like, interact with the chat at all? Like that's not the way to stream. Like then you might as well not stream. So you have to perform a little bit and actually keep an eye on the chat and stuff. But I try not to be like an entertainer in that sense. I try just to like be chill. How's Bassett doing? I forgot the name of your second dog. That's Frida. That's the one that's growling constantly. They're doing good. They're sitting over there sleeping. We just had visitors yesterday and today. They just left, so now we can relax and actually, you know, have a break from a couple of busy weeks. Bassett really enjoyed their company, and he really enjoyed the fact that there was a lot of food as they were here. Oh, forgot to leave. Keep forgetting. Dream cheated on mine. Oh, that's him. Oh, I know who Dream is then. Yeah, I saw the controversy about him cheating. Bastard thing to do. Yeah, I heard all about him. I know who he is then. If it's the guy that did the Minecraft thing, and then got caught like called out for being a cheater, because the mathematician proved it wrong. Like statistically, it was like near impossible. Give it. Ah. Like, really, how long do we need to farm this thing? Just like, I'm just waiting for it to drop. I want it on my shaman. Reacting to Twitch chat to be like, oh, you said the gamer word? Time to get banned, pal. Reset. New group. Go in. Okay, we'll do this last run. Then I'll go do the Blue Drake thing. And then we'll do some PvP. It's much more fun, I think, to do a little bit of PvP. Jump over. Kill these guys. I can actually already just leave the group now. There we go. Loot. These spiders here are really annoying because if they actually see you, they'll trap you in web, and then you're kind of stuck. So I definitely recommend doing like a stealth class for this. Which classes do you guys play right now in the game? And the people who are taking a break, which class would you be playing now if you were playing the game? 1 second, I have to like show your message. Probably because there's a couple of words in there. Oh no, I got 12 seconds. Nothing. Ugh. He also made a song about throwing away your medication when you have a mental illness. Just a stupid kid in his 20s with an inflated ego. So he's one of those type of people. You know, people who... The type of person that people who craves drama likes to watch. And, you know, he feeds on it. In my opinion, that's like the worst kind of content creator you can be. You know, like, just toxic behavior, and you get like millions of views because you have so many, just like, you know, people that are just as stupid who loves drama. There's a saying, stupid people talk about, no, unintelligent people talk about other people. Average people talk about events, and intelligent people talk about ideas. And it's really like something that I firmly believe in whenever I hear people talk about different conversations. Like, you can really judge people by what they're talking about. And people who loves to watch drama, like, they actually like feed on it. Like, they're not the type of people that you should hang out with. You can also tell that those people have like developed no sense of empathy in their life if they can make songs about that type of thing. I'm not a hardcore WoW player, but I do like leveling and I enjoy playing leveling Paladin and Druid. Those are two really fun classes too. I don't know what it is about Druid, but like the fact that they can do everything and they have like kind of like I call like Feral Druids like a support rogue. They're really fun to play. And they're just like they're just like, you know, it's too bad that people don't want to have Feral Druids in their groups. Even in PvP, I found out. If you do like Battlegrounds, like rated, they don't want you to play Feral. They want you to play Boomy. And I was like, what? Really? I basically play every class because all I do is twinking. Shadowlands endgame becomes boring after a week. It does. It really does. Paladin is so fun to take through leveling dungeons. It is. Especially if you're a holy paladin, it is so much fun. Prot paladin is also like, just in general, like paladin, I think, just personal opinion here, because, you know, fun is completely subjective. Like, I think paladin has some of the most fun healing and tanking in the game, but I also think that, just gotta double check. I also think that red paladin, if we're talking about just like the DPS rotation, is super boring. But if you're in a dungeon, it is a super fun class to play as a red paladin, because there's so much support stuff you can do. And I'm the type of person, I love being a support class. That's why I play shaman, that's why I play druid, it's why I also a lot of times return to paladin. because it's super fun in PvE content if you're playing with other people. But on its own, just as a solo player thing, I don't know. I just kind of find the damage rotation a little bit, I don't know, boring with Red Paladin. I love my Red Paladin. It was my main since I started WoW. That's cool. Like I said, it's subjective. Like, other people might really enjoy the rotation of Paladins. I'm more of a... I like classes that have a lot of fun... like utility, where like your performance in PvP, for example, is all about your utility, like rooting or slowing or, you know, stuns or something like that. Like, it's a lot of that utility stuff. The monk teleportation, you know, where you like plant a version of yourself and you teleport back to it, and the ring of peace, like that's the kind of stuff that I really think makes a class fun. But if you're like the person who loves a powerhouse, you know, then probably Paladin is super fun to play. One thing I really had to force me to do is to completely ignore the anti-woke drama channels. It's generally bad for your mental health after seeing this content every day. I completely agree. And I think the only way to make things back to normal is just not give them attention. Just, okay. There's a 4% chance here per Drake, because there's 2 dragons. Oh. I swear, every time I have like a small glimmer of hope, because it's not that low of a drop chance. Let's just say Lay of Hands has created friendships and even relationships, even though they were toxic. Lay on Hands, like not just that, Word of Glory right now is basically Lay on Hands. If you have like super low health and you use Word of Glory, it a lot of times heals you completely up. And it's spammable almost. It's crazy. Like, Paladins don't die. Like, you have to stun them or something in order to kill them. Like, it's just stupid. Can't wait for playing Red Paladin in Wrath of the Lich King Classic. I did hear that Paladins and Death Knights were super overpoweredly broken in Wrath of the Lich King. I think that's cool. I think that's fun. I can't wait to play a Death Knight in Wrath of the Lich King. I have a friend who primarily plays Classic right now. You know, after BFA and Shadowlands and stuff like that. He's barely touched that. He's just mainly playing Classic. And, you know, like it used to be, like you had to have a character above level something in order to make a Death Knight. Like, that's how it used to be, right? So, because I have no character leveled up, he actually bought me a boost for a Warlock. So I had a character that was high enough level for me to get into Wrath of the Lich King Classic with a Death Knight. Just like I have the boost. I've played the character maybe like twice, but like, you know, now I can get my Death Knight. And then they announced during the reveal, you know, with the Dragonflight and everything, that oh by the way, you don't need to have a high level character to make a Death Knight. You can just make one from scratch, you know, even if you don't have a character yet. So that was kind of a it was a very sweet gesture, but I also kind of hate how it had to become a waste. Let's do some PvP here. Yep, I heard Red Palace were the best in Wrath of the Lich King. Exorcism and Divine Storm had guaranteed crits against undead and demons back in the day. Guess how broken that was in Northrend dungeons and raids. Yeah, that's like mostly undead stuff. I could definitely imagine that being broken. I really like my shaman here. But imagine my shaman. Where is it? Come on. With this one. Like, imagine this. Like, that's gonna be cool, right? It's the darkest version of the mace you can get, and I hate that because it's also the hardest one to get. I don't know. I just think it's really fun to see like this tiny little dwarf running around with like 2 hammers that look way too big for him. It's also a green version. I do have one of them. Like this one has some blue on it, but oh, I hate that color there. The yellow color. It sucks. Otherwise, this hammer here would have been nice too with the blue stuff. And I think that's it. I do have one, like I said. This one. It's okay. Like this is a close. You know, you could use this one, but it has red on it. It's a red version of the hammer. Also, Paladins did not have divine power. I hate divine power. You mean the holy power? I love that system. I know a lot of people don't do, but I actually really think it's fun. I think it actually, like I said, I think Red Paladin, I think Red Paladin, you know, has kind of a, I wouldn't say boring. I think boring is the wrong word to use. Average, fun-wise, when it comes to like the damage rotation, and I think Holy Power actually makes it more interesting, especially in as a Holy Paladin. I think the Holy Power is super fun, but again, personal preference and all. Some people don't like it, and that's fine. Oh, I know how it was before. I played Paladin in Legion and BFA. it was in it was Shadowlands. It got introduced, right, in pre-patch. Yeah, I think it was much more interesting. I think I do actually have streams from back in BFA when I was playing Paladin. Oh, I have mail. Let me go check what that is. We're queuing up for PvP right now, just in case people don't know. Ooh, 954 gold. And a lot of expired stuff. What's this? Wait, did I try and sell this? No. Why did I put this up in the auction house? I don't want to put this in the auction house. I need that. Joey Fish just subscribed. Oh, I tried to sell this one too? I did not know what I was doing. I knew I had less enchants in my bag. I was like, did I use them already? But nope, I actually tried to sell them. What's this? No, that's not. Okay. I really want these weapons here. The one you see here. Not this color version. I think this is the worst of the colors. But I really want that one for my hunter. Holy Power was added in Cataclysm. Red Paladin, at least Red Paladin didn't have it in BFA. I'm pretty sure. It was just mana. And then it was all based on cooldowns. Like, I'm 90% sure that we didn't have it in BFA. Maybe... yeah, we didn't do... Did we? I don't think we did. It does say it's not a long queue, but it does take a little while. Let's look up my old guides. Yeah, let's. I do have a BFA Paladin thing. You're right. Paladin. I don't know what to call it. Oh, let's probably say WoW. Yay, Battleground. Where's my old video? I see my new one, but I don't see my old one. Ah, do I really need to go into my channel and find it? Wait, I need to refresh, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, we got my Demon Hunter video. Oh, here it is. Start with, let's just get... Yeah, there's no holy power. It's just mana. Yeah, in my guide, I just there's no holy power. So I think they might have like removed it again after Cataclysm at some point, maybe in Legion, because I'm pretty sure in Legion we didn't have holy power either. I need to think here. I just recently switched out some talents here because I would be running Shamanism and like a Counter-Strike totem, like, because, you know, that's apparently good. But I recently found out that Unleashed Shield and Static Field Totem is actually really nice. Let's do Counter-Strike totem. I changed my mind. I love the totem, but I still have the Static Shield. Wake Up Ashes gave 5 holy power? Huh. Oh, I trinketed. I'm an idiot. Wow. They can see my health and they're like, oh, that guy, kill that guy. I think it's better just to release. Now I'm actually in doubt. Wait, are you sure I'm not thinking about like Shadowlands pre-patch? That we got holy power and it gave 5 or something? I don't know. I really don't know. Let's go grab that one. Are we still going for the middle? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, let's go for the middle. Seems like we're going hardcore for the middle. Let's just do it. Stunned. Stun there. Stun there. I don't know. That probably didn't do anything. Let's purge. Because we're a shaman. And purging takes away a lot of health and healing. People are not killing their healers. That guy. Kill that guy. Yeah, we're not gonna win this one because people are not focusing on killing healers. Oh no, he stunned him! But I have my Counter-Strike totem. Oh. Okay, I think we might just like take the outside ones then. Oh, that's taken. Let's go for Shrine. I don't know if you noticed, but my health is not very high. This is a pretty new character. Okay. I'm I'm 100% sure the Legion Red had holy power. BFA, I have to do some research. Okay. It's funny, like, now that you mention it, I do remember choosing Wake of Ashes as a talent, and it will give full holy power at some point. You might be right. Maybe we did have holy power in BFA, but I don't know. It just doesn't make sense, I think. I don't remember it. Totem down. Let's purge. Don't want that extra health. Wow, look at that guy. A lot of stuff to purge. Took away probably 20k health just by purging. Oh, really? Yeah. Not gonna run away from me. Is he using the time thing? Wait, he's gonna teleport back here again. What is he doing? So glad I know what that ability is. Oh, priest here. Oh, there's apparently. There we go. Let's just go ahead and stun him. Oh, he ran off. Purge, purge. At least we took the flag back. Hey, Mr. Sink 77 subscribed. No need to trinket that. This is gonna take forever. Don't take it. Go away. Take the shield away. Like, really? I've really, like, realized how horrible shamans are towards a lot of players. Like a mage, you can just take away their shields, and druids especially. If you have a druid healer in the opponent team, you just, like, nuke all their healing. It's crazy. Oh, I got no mana. Wait, am I the only one left? Let's heal the. Actually, I'll heal myself. Purge, purge. Take the healing. There we go. Maybe the real holy power were the friends we made along the way. I like that. Oh, there's another Danish person in the guild. It's the beer shed in Danish. That's funny. Okay, so am I the only one here? Oh, I am. Are we losing? Oh, we're winning! Guys, look at the points. We're actually winning. Okay, there's a rogue. Oh, really? Yeah, I should have known. Not even using my abilities probably. Whoa! Okay, he wrecked me. What was his health like? Oh yeah, sure thing. Good luck at work, Peter. And thanks. Glad you think so. I was about to write to the team that the moment we all went for the mid, everything just went wrong. Ah, okay, that explains it. He has like 80,000 health. No wonder why I was struggling. I have 55. Probably hits hard. I have no cooldowns. Wait, did he? I died so fast. Oh, the rogue is going down there. I'll go help him. People are complaining about everyone going to the mid to try and get it. Like, seriously? We're losing because... Look at the entire team just going to the middle of the map. It is so stupid. Oh. Oh, he died. Ah! Heal! Do something! No! If you're playing with a team that knows how to play the game, it's super fun to play Capture the Flag. But yeah, when you're playing a team like this, it's so stupid. Are they still fighting the warrior? I mean... Oh, no, okay. That explains it. There's more than just a warrior. Oh, there's a lot more than just a warrior. Haha, you can't get to me. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it definitely seems like we're not going to win this one. Like, we did so well. And then because the entire team was just like, oh, you know what would be great? Let's go capture the mid. And let's everyone just leave all the capture points that we got so far. And just go get that. Like, what would be more awesome than that? Yeah, I hate that. Is there a hunter? Oh no, that's his pet. Yeah. Why is my mouse is clicking wrong? Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Pulled me up here. I'm dead. That's 98% not the case. Yeah. I have this like I go into battlegrounds and I just have like a I expect the worst, but I'm pleasantly surprised if we do well, you know, because random battlegrounds is not like, it's not organized in any sort of way. So, you know, we should expect to lose. What do I have when it comes to like quests for conquest gear? Oh, it's arena. I have 2 of them. Guess we're doing arena and soul shuffle then. By the way, I found out that when you're at max level, even if you lose the matches, like in battlegrounds and stuff, you still get more honor than if you're leveling your character. And like do PvP while you're leveling. Like I've been doing that for so long in Shadowlands, just creating new characters, leveling them up in battlegrounds and stuff. So I can get some honor level. Because I really want to get the PvP skins. And I just found out that it was a waste of time. You just go in and just, with a really bad character that has no item level, just go in and lose the battleground and still get even more. So I think I got like 5 honor levels. It's almost 6 since I did that like last month. And I struggled so much in getting just 1 honor level before I did that. Oh, upgrade! Upgrade! Go get the... Do this one. Yeah, I can get some new shoes. Wait, oh no, that's a PvP gear. Yeah, it doesn't matter then. Let's just queue up. What does my honor say? 862. That's not a lot. Maybe I'll be able to upgrade one thing. Let's double check. I'll double check. Oh, okay. Enter, I guess. Let's see how well we're gonna do. Okay, let's make a bet. I think there's gonna be at least one person, as I'm trying to get these quests done, that will tell me, ugh, why do you only have 55,000 health? Like, this guy's 67.5. I have 55. Oh, look, it's the 2 classes I'm playing. Against a mage and a death knight. That seems to have connection issues. Interesting. Did it actually save my talent choice? Oh, it did. Yeah, I think this is a good choice. Yeah, let's go with this. So you're gonna stealth up, so I'm the one getting killed, right? Right? That's usually how it goes. Yeah, okay. I'm totally not paying attention. There we go. There he is. There he is.
I'm out of range.
Yep. Okay. Yep, they went for me. This is not good. No. What does he have? 68k health, and this guy has, I think, 70 maybe. I hate the PvPs. I'm not saying I'm playing well, but you know, I can definitely feel a difference with the gear. Did he? Oh, he killed the Death Knight. Awesome. I'll hold him. Kill him. I wish I could dispel him. Yeah, we're winning. Wait, what? He just ice blocked. Why did he jump out of it again? Doesn't he have the healing thing? Like, it's pretty much like an instant, like, well, like, get to full health thing. If you have the right conduits. Oh no, we're losing. No! He had like 1% health. Oh, but he did so well. Oh, he left. Okay. Leave match. How much honor do you think you get from losing an arena? If it's more than Battlegrounds, then I don't see a reason to do Battleground. Oh, I don't think we got 45. Yeah. Yeah, that's not worth it. How far am I to the goal? Oh, this is rated. So only this one is counting. I see. And how far along are we? So I need to do 20 arena matches to get that quest done. Let's see if I can upgrade anything. I'll queue up again. Oof. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I can get this weapon to max. What about the shoes? And get this one 2 upgrades. Let's do that.
Your patronage is always...
It's not worth it if you're planning to lose. That's true. But I'm not planning to lose. See, one of my things is that I'm so convinced that even in Shadowlands I should be able to like keep up with people no matter the gear. It's just so hard. Like, this is without war mode on. Like right now you can't actually see my actual item level. PvP item level is 240, which is not very high. I know shamans, they are like crazy in PvP if they have the gear for it. Man, I need some more versatility. Gear communism? Yeah. This has versatility, 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 versatility. This one does not have anything. I should probably get a ring. Oh, I'm not even using that trinket. I don't know how good it is. Versatility, versatility. Wait, why do I only have 12% versatility? I have versatility on pretty much all my gear. Except the shoulder. But that's a tier set piece. The neck does not have. I think I should switch out my class of Unity, because it is, I don't know, it seems kind of like a team-based thing it does. Elemental Conduit. We can have 2 legendaries, right? And it doesn't have to be the class of Unity as one of them. Like, we should be able to craft a second one, right? I also want to point out this ring here is only 190. It's probably one of the reasons why my item level is so low. I was told that even a 190 with a legendary effect would be much better than a 291. And it's like 50,000 gold to get one of those. Like if I go in here,
To trade needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
look at that. It's 46,000. 46,500. Like who spends that much on a temporary item that you're gonna lose next expansion? Oh, this one is actually only 14,000. I mean, the other one I bought wasn't that expensive. In my opinion, there's a huge, like I'm okay with sacrificing 14,000 for a legendary. But not 46.5. Like, that's just stupid. I think my trade skill master is not updated. It says this is 4,000 gold on average. Huh? Not 4,000, 46,000. What is another legendary effect? Let's try and look that up. Because if you do have the ability to have 2 of them, I should have a second one. PvP, enhancements, legendary. Yeah, he's also much better geared than I am. So we're against a paladin and a warlock. So the thing here is to line of sight the warlock. No, that's the demon hunter. Guess we're going for gear then. Let me see. I want to see those legendary effects. I don't really... Oh, did we start? We did. Oh, he's actually... No! Oh, he's carrying the demon hunter. I was like, why am I getting nuked? Yeah, Mr. Paladin. Let's take a look at the damage afterwards, and you'll notice the Paladin there. Man, I must be doing something wrong here, because this guy is like surviving like crazy. Did he just teleport? Wasn't he a priest? Yeah, look, okay, so look at this. The paladin did 3 times as much damage as a demon hunter. Like, he just nuked me. And I almost did, like, as much damage as my, the mage guy. Man, we did not do well. By the way, remember when you got your iPhone and made fun of, and I made fun of you for it? I switched myself now because I got tired of the nonsense Android was pulling. MSTR Palladic Kappa. Oh, hey, Steven! I just had to, like, figure out that was a new person writing. Yeah, like, iPhone, I think I'll stick with iPhone. I think both devices have pros and cons, and honestly, actually, let me rephrase that. I'll stick with whatever is cheapest for the best features. So what am I doing right now? I was doing something. Legendaries, that's what I was checking out. I don't fully understand how legendaries work, because they say you can have 2 now. But I do also think that you have to get something from Sereth Mortis before you can do that. Apple phone becomes more cheap, overpriced crap? I have no idea. As long as the phone can play YouTube and let me work on it, then I'm totally fine with it. Oh, yeah. Okay, 1 second. My wife's sister is trying to play something. No. So I need to explain how to open a game. Oh, I have to think back now. It's she's trying to open up a PS1 game, an emulator, and I have to show her how. Okay, there you go. Time to load Waluigi. yaoi art on my iCloud then. I'm kind of noticing that so far, whenever I went into a battleground or I went into a arena, they always focus me first. I think I need to counteract that in some sort of way. Really? They watching your photos on iCloud for search naked kids? Did you know induces watching your photos on iCloud? It's always like a big question when it comes to like privacy issues. Like there's just some certain things. Like the digital world today has become so big that I think you should treat the digital world in the same sense as you treat real life. Like people actually like literally spend so much time online that we need to like shift over how the law works in terms of that. And the same way when it comes to teaching in school. So I'm alone here. It's me versus two. Oh, 71 and 77? I'm getting destroyed here. Yeah. He was just AFKing. Again, gearing, stuff like that. Makes some strange gestures. Really? You're gonna nuke me and then call me something afterwards? Alright, let's do that again. It's one of those things where like Arena has much more to do with skill level than a Battleground has, because there's so many more people that positioning and stuff like that and trying to make yourself invisible is just kind of like a skill too. That's a really cool weapon, that one. The new mace. A flail, I think you call it. Says it's less than a minute. Have you seen the I think it's Captain Grimm who made a WoW Cinema, I think you call it, with the like the story of Shadowlands, and then when they make the helmet of not Domination but the new one, and he's like sitting there crying and he needs a minute. It's so funny. Oh, I just talked about it. Have you watched the new Shadowlands machinima from Captain Grimm? Yeah, I have. I think it's super funny. Shut up. I need a minute. Yeah, that was kind of a fun coincidence. Just like a complete... I think the reason we both thought about it is because this person's pet here reminds of us that crown that was created. Yeah, that was a fun cinematic. They really like, you know, the whole point about Shadowlands was to kind of like close off a certain chapter of the game and start out some new lore and stuff. Like a new bad guy and stuff like that instead of the Legion and all that stuff. I don't know. There was just so many things they kind of, I don't know, ruined. At least when it came to the lore. So, that 1 minute average wait time that I've been waiting 3 minutes for now. I would love to complain about that. Who has 3 minutes of their day waiting for stuff like this? Inexcusable. Oh yeah, OmniCC and OmniCD is different add-ons. I remember we talked about that last time. I actually uninstalled OmniCD. Because it kept getting in the way. Time to give Shadowlands a bad review in the forums. Yeah, that damn wait time. Look at that. How long did I wait? 4.5 minutes? Okay, please, please, please. Ooh, 95,000. Yeah, one of us is definitely gonna nuke the other team there. And I'm not talking about me. I think I should probably have the shield in this case here. Oh hey, Ricardo. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to a chill stream. Get it? Because I'm a shaman and we use Frost Shock. That's probably the worst stat joke ever. That was not obvious at all. Seems like we're getting some rocky arena matches here. Get it? Because we got rocks on the ground. I need to stop myself. Mage and a rogue. Yep. Yeah. Okay, line of sight. Ah, this is so bad. I mean, look at their health. It's at least 70,000 and I'm sitting at like 55. Do you know how much gear it takes to get that just like 10,000 of difference in health? It takes a lot of gear. What? Did Ludwig just come online? I love how he's just nuking their team. Look at that. He's actually just like, again, gear difference. He has 95,000 and these guys have like 70,000, right? And he's taking them on. Just like one person. Because of gear. What is he? Is an affliction warlock? Oh, thanks for the subscription, Ricardo. Yeah, just you wait, Dragonflight. He did so well. He had high damage. Four and a half minutes? Get real. I have 9 kids, 4 wives, and 6 jobs. This is unacceptable, Blizzard. Oh, look at that. We're almost at the honor level 45. Cool. I should almost just like jump up my hunter and do some content because he has much better item level. What is that? Is that my this thing? I think so. I don't even know how far we are with the quest. Like, is it gonna get done today? Like, I'm not gonna do it if it's not gonna get done today. It's okay. It's okay. We're doing okay. I really need to know, like, what should I do to not get killed instantly? Like, there has to be some sort of strategy there. First thing first, I should probably... Oh, there's an auction house right there. Do you have time? Potions?
Ancient to trade needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Let's get it. Not the cosmic one. This one. There we go. A little bit of extra healing. Never hurt anyone. Let's replace this one. Yep. I still haven't added you to my friends list. Well, you're not playing right now, are you? Yeah, shamans are squishy. It's the same thing with monks. Ugh. But that's the price you pay. You have lots of utility, but you're also very squishy. Although, I don't think I would do much better with a paladin at this item level. Like, shaman has so much, like, healing. It's, like, crazy. I think I'll do 2 more arenas and then that's it. I don't want to, after a busy week, lose my words today. Three minutes. Blizzard, what are you doing? Complaining again. I actually think 3 minutes is like nothing to wait. Like 5 minutes is okay. I'm just being grumpy because I'm bored. If you can even call it being grumpy. I think in Dragonflight, let's look at it in Dragonflight and see if you come back to the game. Because right now I have it pretty full. I should actually purge my friends list. I have so many people I just don't know who are on my friends list. It's kind of crazy how demon hunters are less squishy than everyone in the male classes. Yeah, I think it's because of their passive leech. I think they feel less squishy. but they're not. I think they just feel that way because they're healing a little bit all the time. Oh, there we go. Please. Yes, he's highly geared. He's gonna protect me against another paladin. I never understood people that. Well, then again, I'm not the type of person who. What? He just waved. Is he like a PvPer? What is he doing? Look at him! He even has the white horse. He's trying to be Prince Charming. I don't know, like that's... If paladins weren't like that class fantasy, I would probably play it more. Okay. New objective, try and stay alive. Oh, 70,000. Send this guy out. Oh wow, he nuked him. Am I even doing anything here? I don't think I am. Oh, I did do something. Look at my damage. Like my teammate, he just like obliterated them. Yeah, normally I don't add viewers. Like I have this very strict rule that I have to come to them, so to speak. Otherwise, my friends list is gonna have like 64 people on it. Let's do one more. Can't believe we won. 160 for winning? If I keep doing that, then it's gonna be way more lucrative. Yeah, like arena is way better if you have the gear for it. Huh. Maybe I should start doing some Mythic Plus just to like get that little tiny extra lift of gear. There's one thing I really want is I want to get the PvP gear when it comes to mail. I think this is the one, right? No? Yeah, this is the one. And the shirt too for my hunter. I'm showing off stuff. Not ready to queue in this one. Like on my Night Elf Hunter, that looks great. We got a healer. Yeah, he was insane. He just like went in and killed them. I love how you saw the two paladins in the center just like crashing together like two waves. One clearly much stronger than the other one, just like completely dominating. So what do we do here? The one thing I dislike in the current WoW are social guilds. While claiming to want to do stuff in groups, in the end it's always the same 3 people doing stuff while the rest is screwed. That's true. And mostly what happens in those guilds, in those social guilds, is drama. In which at what point I leave. Oh, the rogue came in just in time. Oh no! He's even worse than I am. Okay. 60, 50, that's okay. Oh, we have a survival hunter somewhere. Hiding out. Okay, so I'm frozen. That's okay. Ah, come on. Get closer. Ooh, the rogue is dead. Like, way dead. Best moment is when a girl joins the guild and she plays them all like a fiddle. Oh, I was top damage on my team. Okay, I think I'll take a break now. I've been streaming 3 hours and I was already exhausted when I started the stream, so I'll get off here and just kind of like relax for the rest of the day. Just chill. So thank you so much for watching. I like the fact that there's been like a fixed 7 people. Yeah, have a good one. You too, Mr. Shivshank. I'll see you guys a little bit later at some point when I feel up for a stream again. Oh, I never know how to end these off.